help them survive if Ryze and Camila are kind of off doing their own thing.
Yeah, the set here is going to be, a matchup that you can end up being pretty decent in terms of the Camille there on the top side of the map. You can survive it. You can actually have a lot of defensive power when the Camille is trying to threaten you.
And Kalista can do some fun stuff. We all know what Kalista can do.
In the early parts is
every
moment here.
That timing was nice, but yeah, as you mentioned, you're still going to get chained down, and yeah, you can flash over the wall, tries to get helped, but the pillar's not good enough, and an early gank.
That initial trade went well for him.
이러면 2대2도 딱히 안 빠졌고 와드 살짝 짧게 하러 온다. 야 잠깐만 이거 오케이 가볼게.
He's like, I'm putting the ward down first. 2v2 is a good fight. And he's like,
가면 돼? 잡았어. 일단 라이즈 노플 여기 와드.
Ryze no flash. They are going to struggle here in the early game, but they have stabilized down thousands of gold actually on this Ezreal as Prince is in trouble.
Nicely done by Effort to just body block there, gets the stun down.
All they have to use is heal, and you could argue they might have been able to save that in fact, but the light is maybe going to get caught here.
It's going to get rooted down, and they are committing to this, but easy flash onto the Zenith Blade, and now Liv Sandbox are the ones running away. They have to flash out of this one. The Q is going to connect, and even Krako has to flash away from that.
Potentially, is we do see the rotation over from Fate is a little bit late here. He has to teleport.
All right, we're throwing it all down on the second Rift Herald. Where have I seen this before? Well, in a lot of Liv Sandbox games, as they're trying to turn onto Summit here, but he immediately is able to get back as Hoya is super low, and he just gets blown up as he says there's only one direction, and it's forward. And they all tried to turn onto the Camille, but Summit's escape was great, and the committal from Hoya and his
minions and get gold. Like,
빨았어 지금 빨았어.
perspective
세트
here.
빨았어. 야 세트 잡았어.
literally just saying over and over.
리신 잡았어. 달려. 강타 오쪽.
Right? Like Subjugate actually makes it so much more
야
difficult
밀어가자.
for Set to actually be in this
미드
position.
깔고.
You can see this push is coming down here in the mid lane, and they can't really do much to stop this. The rest of the team rotates over, and now Lava has got some potential help. Summit, though, alongside a Prince, nearly able to take down Hoya as they will commit to the ultimate and get him down. Lava now over the wall will be able to pick up the kill and get away as the Great Escape is on. We got the Subjugate here onto the light, it looks like, from what I can tell.
He gets away, and it's a trade, so I think this is about the best case scenario you would have hoped for as Fred at Breon, considering the rotation up there to the top side around this Drake.
All right, Lava, he's found Effort here, and Effort's just going for a walk. Bye-bye. He's going through the jungle. He's very low level, and Lava just easily is able to help scoop that for his team, and now he's looking for a little bit more as Elise comes in, and there's going to be the kick on the Krako. The Subjugate is on, so he's so difficult to kill. They're expending so much to kill the Trundle, and they do get him. But now the Rise here, and Fate and Summit are looking to hunt. It is hunting season, and Fred and Breon are the prey. They'll be able to pick up a couple of them on top of what they already got as Fate and Summit pocket more gold.
Tons of money going over to Liv Sandbox here, and now you're looking for more, Lava!
That is the LeBlanc. He's got a way to fight here.
Game over.
And that is the end of the fight. I am LeBlanc, I declare it.
Yeah. Insert coins to continue. He is going to have to back off, but this is a mistake from Effort where you don't have any vision around the Drake pit, and Lava just waits for someone who comes over to check the vision. It's even with Leona, who's very tanky. You mentioned the level advantage. It's insane versus support at this stage in the game. And this ends up being a way big overextension for Fred and Breon. The Subjugate is enough to actually buy time, and they double down on it. Meanwhile, the Drake.
You got another fight here. Umpty is right in the pit, and he's going to get there a little bit late to that Smite fight, and it does go pretty easily at 897 to the side of Liv Sandbox. Krako able to pick that one up, and now they're just kiting back. They have an Ezreal, they have a Trundle, you throw a pillar, a couple of Qs, and
they finally, with that side pressure, once again pulled Fred and Breon enough apart where they have a little bit more map control, but Summit, will he get punished this time?
Nice denial there on the hook shot. He's still kiting them out, and as the chains are going to miss, and there's three of them down here, as the jungler is here as well, and yes, you get Summit, but now three of them. It's Ryze and Ezreal just getting to work here onto the Baron. Do they have Do they have enough damage is really the question.
I think so. They missed the ward here, so Fred Brion, no, but it's too little too late.
Efforts here, he's trying to zone them away. He's going to be in a bit of a rough spot. Might have to sacrifice his life. Down will go the Baron, and see you later, they say.
Okay, they don't actually get the scan here on the Lava.
Okay, we're just going in. That's going to be a nice chains on the Prince, but here come the teleports. The turn from Liv Sandbox is going to be huge as Summit just locks him in onto Henna, but Henna lives, and now he's kiting them out, but Fate is in the back line, and this Rise is gigantic. He picks up 3, he gets 4, and it doesn't look like he'll get any more, but it doesn't matter because the game might just end.
Yeah, Liv Sandbox have so much power right now, and 30 seconds left on this Baron buff gives them a huge amount of swing right now in this game. That's going to be an inhibitor easily. There's a danger ping on the Baron from somebody on Frederick Brion. I think reminding everyone the Baron's up. Realm Warp onto the Nexus turrets with the minions.
And the Baron buff for 12 seconds. You cannot deny it if you're the LeBlanc. There is no hope, and Rise will come through. He is the hero at the end here. They're not going to get the kill. It is Lava who just flashes away, but it's still the kill on the game. GG, Liv Sandbox.
Macro errors for Frederick Brion in some fights that did not go their way in mid-game that started to lead to Liv Sandbox finding massive success. And that last fight was really incredible. You see the cast come. It's insane what Liv Sandbox's comp can do. The flanking power of the cannon to kind of lock anybody up who's trying to carefully position around these Drakes, for example, later on. Cannon can just come around the backside, push that away. Syndra comes in, follows up the stuns.
Here in this game, and it's on his main pick, the Leona. So
if he doesn't get any assists in this game.
So would imagine that we don't see too much action unless Kraka wants to be annoying.
Yep, not going to commit. Going to help them guarantee this wave. However,
wow.
Flashes!
It was perfectly timed too. And again, I was talking about the flash trade potentially in mid, but definitely good to get it onto the 80 carries.
Oh, for sure. That's going to be really painful for Henna if he decides to rotate up for the Rift Herald fight. Despite having that pushing lane, just not able to ever clear it. And Umpty has been pretty close by as Krako has an opportunity.
Right, trying to get in here with the ultimate, but yeah, Umpty trying to finish it off with that Heartbreaker, and he will. Krako's still around, but now he's up against Syndra, of all people. Tries to go for that trade once again, but Umpty will just use the mist against the wall and get to safety.
We're going to go back and watch this one more time here. They have a control ward here on this brush. Fate walks back. Brute comes through. It's just too much damage. It's really, I think, for Liv Sandbox, given the information they had, it's somewhat greedy to think that you actually win this, 2v2. But they have.
Yeah, and you can see Lava. He's trying to make this not a thing. Everybody on the backside here, bro, from the bottom, trying to stop it, but they can't quite, as now trying to go forward with that Solar Flare. You see Lava on the back line also threatening Fate here, the one-on-one. And then the 3-on-3, but Fate is having a bit of trouble. Lava still will have to back away, as his team does as well. So Liv Sandbox to get this Drake.
Not amazing for Liv Sandbox. They were definitely the team that wanted to get a lot of value out of this.
Yep. And Krako not able to land that Scat of the Week, and Lava will be quite annoying. Gonna land another chain, but nobody can actually save him, as even Prince just runs in there and gets caught out. That's a couple of kills here as Fred and Brion are just saying, this is not your jungle, it's actually ours. So they take down a couple of members plus the blue buff.
Yeah, a lot of advantages here for Fred and Brion.
He's like, nope. Looks like that hook actually touched Prince, but not quite in the way he was looking for, as we have the Slicing Maelstrom coming in. And they're getting Prince to dive forward, but the Lee Sin is too big, and he's still alive, and Prince has no front line anymore. Vern and Brion get the dragon. They get all the kills. The teleport will come out.
Watch this ward. It's a control ward in the brush down there. That's the only place he can realistically teleport to. He's not going to teleport to that one that's on top of Fred and Brion there, right to the side of the Drake. And so look at all the chip damage that comes through her. He flashes and rocket belts in. And the split is beautiful for Fred and Brion. They know that's the only real engage tool Liv Sandbox have. They know the teleport is so late here that as long as they split the Slicing Maelstrom, it's an easy cleanup, as we're going to watch Lava try to catch him.
아, 까비!
Oh, too
Okay.
bad.
Somebody's going to get the stun down, but what for? He can't get out of this. He doesn't have his flash, and 3 members of Freneprion come over and easily collect the kill.
And his flash was used for that slicing Maelstrom all-in that didn't work earlier. So, you know,
like not even a split second was saved there. Summit now has to flash the wall, and now they're all grouped up. Lava gets huge damage, and the kick just executes the cannon. No slicing Maelstrom for you, as now it is just ravaging the front line. Everybody's being hunted down as the Viego steals Callista. That's about the scariest combo I've ever seen. Able to pick up 3 of them. And
actually, there's one just below them, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. That's your opportunity,
there's a couple,
I think.
and Lava gets in there. He gets blown up. Here's the teleport coming in. Is it meant to be? As they isolate 3 of them on the bottom side, the knockup comes in, and now they get on top of Henna. As Henna's going to go down, there's a lot of big shutdowns being given over, but now you lose your Callista. And Fate wasn't able to join this fight, so it will be just the 2 for 2. And the teleport is coming in immediately. This is right on top of them as they try to get to Fate here. Hoya is nearly unkillable at this point, but they stun him down, and he went a little bit too far. And down he will go.
Now, the big news is Effort is 1,001 assists, or 2,001, excuse me. It's 2,001 assists here in the LCK. There you go.
8th in the LCK. And
so the game goes on. Still a chance. That is what I am saying.
So you're saying, oh, I see. And, you know, as it is, when you lose all 3 inhibitors, it's like you're playing against 2 extra champions. 7v5 is on, and there's way too many super minions here. As eventually you can just try to poke them down. Nice stun here on the Lava. He has to go into his Zhonya's, and now he might die, and there it is. Live Sandbox are still alive in this game.
Yeah,
absolutely. He's 2 weeks ahead on that one. Hoya, you know, he can absolutely catch someone as into the play he goes. Krako is he's in a bit of trouble here. Doesn't quite have the Crescent Guard. Is about to get it. There it is. But it's a little bit too little too late. So the jungler of Live Sandbox gets caught out. And
right before Baron?
Say, yep, let's get the Baron.
Well, I'm trying to imagine a world. 4 Ocean Drake, Ocean Soul against us.
Yeah. Basically, the only way you can kill someone again, it's really going to be up to Syndra.
Yeah,
if
the burst.
Syndra can't get it, then nobody can. And effort is not enough. They need damage. They need to burst someone down. Okay, they got him into his Zhonya's, and the hook goes down on an effort. Fate's call is there, and now
teleport.
Got the flank coming in. They're actually going to get a nice engage here onto that backline. The Aphelios goes down, but is it too heavy? The wallets, are they enough? As they're trying to get on top of Krako here, Lava's still alive. They take down the Xin Zhao. Fate trying desperately alongside a Prince and Summit to hold on for dear life here as the Lee Sin goes in onto the Kennen, and he will be finally taken down as it looks like they have just barely done enough to win this game. 38 minutes, but they will take down the Nexus as Freneprion will bring us to a game number 3. You can see Fate did a lot of damage, as did Summit, but doesn't matter what the damage numbers are if you lost the game. Lava and Hoya especially, just able to put on a clinic in this one, you would have to say. Some pretty ridiculous Lee Sin play in this one. He was really able to survive through the lane very well against Summit's Kennen as well. And
see the Viego going to the jungle here with the nerfs that he's received to a lot of his laning, his sustain. It's very scary, Live Sandbox's comp, like all facets of it. The engage potential you have with the Irelia, plus what the Vanguard's Edge can lead into is a massive equalizer, but you can also equalizer to zone and then follow up with the Vanguard's Edge.
But there will be options, at least, for Live Sandbox to handle that Aphelios, and it'll be interesting to see how this one comes down. Just going to join up with this team, and Live Sandbox, I think they're just going to go back to what they do best. They have a really nice amount of scaling in this game, but they're like, well, we love fighting 5v5 for the Rift Herald. And we have pretty good setup here with the Krako. And look at this, it's going to run straight into it as Hoya. They had no idea.
Tombstone.
Not the singlest.
There. And if you don't, if you just walk as the crow flies, you're going to die. And
close one.
Yeah.
But he is okay. Died at 14 minutes. Not quite the case, as Summit is incredibly strong as well. You can see he's looking for it, but he's not actually going to commit.
Have to be respectful of the fact that Umpty could be anywhere in the vicinity when you don't have any wards whatsoever. But this time he's not alone.
Oh man, and he lands the flawless duet easily, able to get that one going.
So where's Rise? Look at the question mark pings going down, like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, and Lava backed and is trying to get up here now, but 4 versus 2, and they know that other members of Fred Brion are still on the map. You can absolutely just stand here and whack the turret if that's what you want to go for, as here comes Viego, as is kind of a new thing for Live Sandbox in round 2, but we are in round 2, so here we are. Fighting over this third Drake at 16 minutes, now trying to engage here, but that is a massive equalizer. So much value in the back line. Henna just melts to the Rumble, and the Aurelia, down he goes. And there was never a hope that he would survive there, and the rest of it is history. They follow up, yes. The Aurelia will go down, but the job is already done. 3,000 damage for Summit, and they will also get the Dragon.
Yep, that's the third Dragon for them. Looks like it's going to be a mid-turret. It's really hard to pull off when, in order to pull that off, you're actually putting yourself in harm's way. This starts with Summit getting caught and ulted by Delight. And he's like, thank you for coming near me, because I'm going to Vanguard this. The instant follow flash onto Umpty, it almost looked like he flashed first with how quick it was that he followed him over the wall. Lava's caught. There's no recourse here.
With the nameplates on, definitely a very strong team in the LCK, so you would expect a lot. Let's see how they handle this, as the ball is very annoying, and it will actually deny it. And there's the big kick, as Fate is going to go into that stopwatch immediately, super early on, as Summit, yes, he will get the 1 kill. He's looking for a little bit more, but he can't quite do it. Prince, still alive, is big, but he's all alone here, only has effort. And now we got Viego popping off in a big way. Look at this. Live Sandbox runs straight into the shockwave. They lose so much here. Fred and Brion are immediately back into the game.
Look at this positioning here for Live Sandbox with no vision over the wall. Like, it's easy for Lava to set this up. He instantly casts it, and Hoya's over the wall himself, gets the kick here, and then the fight's over.
And like, it was Infernum, Moonlight Vigil onto like 4 people in the back line. The amount of value they got out of that engage was absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, the alternative way, you know, I talked about how you can kill the Aurelia if she goes in, but if she's not actually starting the fight, if she's not the one that dives in first, you can kill everyone but the Aurelia, who's squishy in the back line.
So teleports are coming in. You see that Fred and Brion all get here as a 5. Live Sandbox are waiting for Rise, and it's the same position. And the ball is quite literally in the exact same spot.
Yeah, this time Hoya doesn't have the follow-up kick necessarily.
And Fred and Brion play it so well because they just keep the Rise and the Aurelia at distance. That's what you got to do. Live Sandbox got to pull the trigger, and they do. They get the Ocean Soul, and they back away. They do not commit to it. They actually do enough to push them off of the objective. Summit is going to be the sacrifice, but he will try to fight for this one as the Lantern comes in, but no, denied by Lava. That was pretty cool as he gets as a rune, and also it was only like 600.
Yeah.
Good times, good times.
This is a... I don't think they have the clear time to do this, to be honest, Fred and Brion.
Yeah.
They're going to look for the turn.
They do have really nice turn, and if Live Sandbox run at them, they do have the potential. There it is. The shockwave comes in, and down goes Effort. Fate is kiting it out pretty well as Summit is here, but the Jinx cannot get any value damage as Summit is going crazy. Gets so many low health bars here, and the equalizer will be enough. And look at Prince. He's still full health here. He's going to have a frontline. Delight tries to catch up to him, but he can't quite do it. And that will be enough for Live Sandbox. They wipe them, and they should be able to wipe this game.
Very well played here. There's the Realm Warp towards the top lane to end it all. But you have to look at the Aurelia, once again, does so much frontlining here. The Prince is at full health, right? That was the thing. They ended up looking for one pick. They got the Thresh. They didn't get the Jinx. If you get the Jinx there, totally different story. They blew up the wrong target. And that's going to be the game. Really nice turnaround here for Liv Sandbox. It didn't feel like it had to necessarily be a bit of a turnaround. Didn't feel like it necessarily had to be this much map control going to Fredit Brion, but a few small mistakes gave Fredit Brion the chance to maybe come back. Liv Sandbox will take this series 2-1.
Hard sometimes,
you know, like that's the kind of win where you don't walk off the stage feeling like you accomplished something. You feel like you avoided disaster. More than anything else.
By the way, we've talked a lot about Liv Sandbox and their win. Poor Lava today. Over to Jisa.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason with the POG Interpret Translation, joined by Summit Krakow from Liv Sandbox. You guys finally got your revenge of your opening match of Summer Split, and you're now on top of the standings as well, tied for now. I'm happy that we got our revenge, and also happy that we extended our winning streak. How was today's match? It was definitely not easy. I think Fredit Brion prepared so well. We also kind of got lost in the middle, so it was pretty tough for us. Krakow, what about you? How are you feeling today? I was not feeling well, so I was trying to remind myself that I'm feeling okay, and it's a relief that we got the victory. You guys did get a win, but Fredit Brion did show their potential. So it was a 2-1 victory. If it were a 2-0, you guys would be the sole number 1. What do you think about that? I mean, it's a bummer, but still, we are continuing our winning streak, and we saw a lot of kind of mistakes on our side, which we have to work on in order to prepare for the playoffs. I have a question about your draft. We had blind pick, first pick Rise, and then paired up with Trundle, which is a very tough comp to deal with LeBlanc, actually. Trundle, that was my idea. I did make some mistake in game, but I also had the confidence that we're gonna win in the end because we had the better comp. You guys turned the tide around with a Herald fight, and then the Baron call was also coming in clutch, so here's a replay of it. Well, did you think that you're in a very tough spot? Very, very dangerous spot. But you bought so much time for your teammates and they ended up getting the Baron. Who made the call? I think at first me and Effort and also other players as well all together, and then Fate also set up for the Rise ult escape. After losing game 2, you guys decided to ban LeBlanc and locked in Aurelia. What did you guys focus on? We wanted to draft around the AD damage champions, and the opponents were investing a lot of their ban cards targeting the melee champions, so I ended up playing Aurelia. Some people say Aurelia is OP only when it's played by the stronger teams. What do you think about that? Aurelia used to be strong early and weak later, but it's the opposite right now. So because stronger teams know how to go through the early game, I think that's the reason why people say so. Krakow, what do you think about Summit's Aurelia? To be honest, Summit is so good at almost every aggressive picks, you know? I just trust it as Aurelia. Krakow in game 3. You guys were able to get early points on the top lane, and you had 100% kill participation early on. Were you sure that you're gonna get the POG? I mean, Fate also did a good job, and also Summit, even though he had some hard time in the laning phase, he was able to come back. So I was a little bit flustered to find out I was the POG. But you had the 100% kill their participation, which is really awesome. So you definitely deserve this POG as well. However, it was a very close game between Frederick Brion. So when was the moment that you kind of had the confidence to close the game out? No, I thought it was a little bit risky until the end. I was not really that sure until we, got a very concise shot calls. We were all on the same page, and also we had some good reaction around the Baron play as well. So maybe that was the turning point for us. We have a series full of actions on and off the rift. And we are having a lot of upsets here as well. Who do you think will get the round 2 bye here in the playoffs? I think momentum is really significant and important. I think every team that's on a winning streak will be competing for the first place competition, which includes Leap Sandbox on a 6-match winning streak. What about you, Krako? We have all 6 teams confirmed for playoffs, and I think every team are pretty good, but still very doable. So I think we have to watch out for all the teams competing at playoffs. I think holding on to the first place spot will be so important for you guys. So how are we going to prepare for the upcoming matches? I mean, I don't want to imagine ending our winning streak, so we will prepare as hard as we can until the end. And Krako? You will keep, getting the winning streak. I will try hard, and also try to stay strong in mentality-wise. Thank you very much for this interview, and I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.